Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another SLA video. Folks, I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. We are moving over to Monday. Weekend pass flew by. Man, I've been busy. I hope you guys have enjoyed yours. I've enjoyed the heck out of mine. I want to say a big shout out to my son, Benjamin, who's turning 6 years old tomorrow on the 17th. I love you, kid. Just know that since the day you were born till now, you make dad so damn proud. I am the luckiest man in the world to have a son like him. And it is also going to be my birthday on the 19th, 2 days later. My old ass is turning 42, guys. It's crazy. Crazy. Now, before we start the video, I want to remind everybody, before my old ass forgets, content creator program, guys, is going on. We should have the 2K code coming very soon for Essence Stones. It does also expire on the 22nd, which means the season is over. So, guys, make sure you get in. And also, don't forget, very soon, you're going to get that prominent extend button, so make sure you extend so I can continue giving you guys codes, including the 2K Essence Stones, in case you show up a little late and you don't get it. You'll have it, an opportunity to get it a little bit later. So I want a big shout out to my top 10 as usual: BW Panda, J Still Beef Patty, 5442, Connor Akamu, sorry dude, I'm never gonna hear that. Akuma, I'm so used to Street Fighter. 3906, I don't know if that's cap or not. 5162, Weeha, shout out to you, bro. I saw you putting it up. Much love. Thank you so much for supporting for so long. And 9920. Guys, it's almost done. The collab is almost done. That's right. It's almost over. So it's time to talk a little bit about the collab and what you should do. And I know a lot of you guys already talked about this. First, before we go any further, a lot of you guys have been still asking the same question. Hey, Payne, can I get Stark to A5 as free to play? Yes, you can. Now, there's a couple things I want to just point out you might have missed along the way in order to get yours to A5. So I'm going to show you guys real quick. Mine is at A5 right now. There is right there. I got him A5 yesterday. So, I mean, it can happen. I'm going to show you guys kind of what my setup is. You guys can see I don't have his weapon at all. Like zero. I think maybe I have one copy of his weapon. So A0. Not leveled up at all. But I do have Fern, right, at A5. And then I got her weapon at A9, and then I have Frieren as well, which I did pull one copy of for myself in case I ever, get to the point where I can use those universal tickets to get more copies of her if she's still relevant at the time, or if I just want a copy of her, right? So I did do that. So you can definitely do it with a very low amount of count. Now, if we go to the actual event, there are other ways to do it without having Fern or Frieren, but it's a lot more difficult. Now, one thing I'm going to say right away for the boss challenge, if you haven't done so already, guys, you need to do this, okay? So just real quick, you guys can see there's gold missions here. Don't worry about that one. The one you care about most, and the one that everybody should be caring about most, is going to be under the Frieren's Magic Beast Conquest. There's an actual mission here, 3 of them to be exact, and one of them with Frieren, if you can hit 2,000 points, and I know a lot of people have missed this. I'm going to point this out. You get an extra 10 keys. Those 10 keys could be the reason why you either get him or you don't. Okay, so make sure, guys, you do put a little bit of effort, because you guys can see here in the next 2 days and 19 hours, this entire thing is over. Okay, so at the same time, try to get the rest of these missions done. And while I'm talking, let's just go ahead and put this on auto. I'll let it run. Okay, so now, about this collab, I'm going to give you guys all the information I know that's upcoming for the brand new hard WOBL. We've already talked a little bit about it. I'm going to let this again run on auto, let him do his things. On auto, unfortunately, Stark is the worst, but hey, we're going to let it get a little do his thing, get 2,000 points, get those extra advanced material. So, yes, I don't know what the power is. Apparently, there was a leak of 3.3 million with the flames. If that's the case, I'm fucked. I'm not gonna have a chance. It's over for me as my free-to-play account. Pay to win, no problem. Free-to-play, I'm screwed. Okay, if that's the case. I haven't heard, guys, so I know a lot of people still asking, hey, Payne, have you heard? Is that true? I haven't personally been into the power leaks personally. I haven't got information from anybody, but I don't see why they would be wrong, right? So 3.3 might actually be accurate, which means in our case, we're probably going to get cucked quite a bit. Now, that doesn't mean, though, you should ignore what's in front of you. Okay, so first off, getting Stark to A5, important, great breaker, especially if you miss Yuki, is gonna be your probably best choice for breaking in the entire fight, whether it's hard WOBL or normal WOBL if you don't have Yuki, right? So you have a great A5 breaker for free. Now, the second part that I want to talk about is, of course, Fern and Frieren. Now, this is where it's up to you. You guys can see on my free-to-play account, I chose Fern, right? It made sense for me. I already made a whole video on it, why it made sense. You guys can go check that video out. But for me, I lacked something important, and that was a good fire DPS. And I needed that more than anything else, right? So that's why I chose her. Yes, she will eventually be outdone, but right now she's night and day different compared to everyone else I have on my team. So in order to have any form of chance against hard mode, I decided to run for Fern, because Frieren at the time was not buffed. She wasn't. She was mediocre, right? So we did our testing. She was mediocre. And I'm like, okay, well, it makes more sense to me after testing Fern that Fern made more sense. Now, after the testing was done, Frieren obviously came out to be a lot better in terms of DPS, even though her buffs weren't advanced too much. Is she the better choice between them? It's up to you guys, and this is what I'm going to say. If you have a very good fire team already, then you can probably skip on Fern and go for Frieren. Frieren will give you more of a universal support feel, and she is better for that for sure, but it doesn't take away from the validity of Fern being the best DPS in the game at the moment as it stands. Now, that being said, let's talk a little bit about the next upcoming unit with hard WOBL, and that is in Laura. Okay, so here is what the rumors are. I'm going to say rumors because they're leaks. Again, anything can change. We always see changes happening, and we don't have a Korean live stream this time around to kind of see what she brings to the table. So I'm going to give you guys what I know, and then, of course, the Sharp live stream on Wednesday will confirm what the actual kit is, and we can talk more about that when it's here. But from what I'm seeing, she's going to be a light support unit built around crit and crit damage, and is going to not make enough of a dent to matter unless you're really high up on the combat power section. Okay, so keep that in mind. So for those who are saving for Laura, and if you think she's going to be your savior, you might want to reconsider that. Again, it's a leak though, so it can absolutely change, guys, and I don't want everyone to base off of a leak, because leaks are, of course, to some extent, files that can be changed, right? So keep that in mind. So yeah, right now, I made a video a couple days ago how you should prepare and what teams to use. I still stand by those teams. I don't think light team is going to be strong enough yet, at least, and I don't think Thomas is going to be good enough to be your main DPS to complete this entire thing. Ooh, 7 minutes left. So that's my take on that whole situation. Now, am I going to be summoning for Laura? No. I've had my light team be my best team for a very long time, guys, and it has served me well, but it's come to an end, and I think light's so old now, it's looking like me at 42. Right, we kind of need something, so we need some new blood essentially, and this is why I really was hoping that the leaks were wrong about Christopher Reed being Fire, because I think Fire is already in a really good place with Fern. But of course, you can't take, and this is just the reality of it, we cannot take collab units as, you know, primary units, unfortunately. Like, they have to be considered units that are here temporarily, and not everybody can get them, so they're going to make it a little bit more difficult for people to acquire these units, and then they're going to give another unit to replace it. So I understand what the devs are doing, but it kind of does suck, to be honest, to kind of have this like big gap in light, where I think light should, you know, kind of be a lot better than they are. So there's that problem, of course, right? And then, of course, the secondary problem here that we're having, guys, is the fact that we are going to also be facing not only in Thomas, who's old, but we also have Gun He, who's very old. Like, two really old units, and you're just throwing in Laura. So if you really want to have a good chance and you're close to the TP power, I think your best bet is still going for Fire, to be honest, unless they do a whole different topsy-turvy, and for some reason this boss is completely weak against crit damage, and then Thomas will, of course, dominate in that case because his crit's really high. But then so is everybody in the Fire unit, right? Their defense pen is good, but they also are, a lot of them scale off of crit and crit damage as well too, so it's not like they're slackers on that. So I still do think that Fire is strong, plus not to mention you get a really good A5 free unit as a breaker to kind of help you out if you don't have Gun He at A5, or if you don't have Thomas. You know, Fern is obviously going to be a much better option for DPS. So I still stand by that, but I did want to make this video to kind of talk about Laura and talk a little bit about Stark and how to get him to A5. This is your last chance, guys, so get in there, get it done. Even if you've completed it, go back and get some more points, because those points are going to earn you some more things in the shop, such as free tickets and other things as well too, like power extracts to get yourself leveled up. And don't forget, guys, the big thing is December. Yes, this is the 1.5 anniversary. Honestly, it's pretty mediocre. It has been. There's nothing been special about this. It's pretty weak in my opinion, and I think they purposely did it because I think they're waiting for December to kick in for Chris Reed to come out, and everybody just pretty much goes crazy on that. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Did you guys get A5? I hope this tip did help you guys. If you guys did not be able to get enough keys, those keys should help you. Remember, if you can use, I think, like Cha and another unit as well too, in order to get more points. So just try your best to get as much as you can and try to get that A5 out of the way, because he is going to be very useful if you are lacking Yuki, or if you're lacking a good breaker for Fire, and that's the team you want to go with. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. Best of luck to everybody. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you got him. If you did, are you using him? If not, what team are you going in? Are you going to pull for Laura or not? All right, guys. See you in the next one. Peace out.